Hi.
Good morning. Hi. So
morning.
you see, we're here at the bees right now. We've got some bees here, and behind us about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all together. And you were just asking me a question, like, what's this?
Okay, so that's the smoker to the bee to calm the bees down?
Yeah. And what happens is if there was a forest fire, the forest fire would alarm the bees that, man, we better hurry up and eat some food because we got to get out of here. So when the beekeepers smoke the hive, they're doing something that causes a natural reaction by the smoke making the bees go down into the hive to consume more honey, so that on their flight they can survive. Because they wouldn't be used to having a forest fire, but their reaction naturally to the smoke makes them into survivor mode. So that's why the people smoke the bees like that. Okay?
Okay.
So a lot of times people tell you, oh, it just makes them calm. No, it's like survival instinct.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing is, what I'm doing here today is I'm trying to take care of all my red tape, what I call red tape.
Okay.
Red tape is when the county tells you, hey, you need to have your bees on a map. So they're going to put you on a map. So in order to register your bees, you got to do all this paperwork. Simply, the paperwork is this. Super simple. Riverside County is so helpful to beekeepers. They only ask one thing. You put your name on your box. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my name over here. And the reason I'm here today is to pull away the weeds because there's a whole bunch of ants trying to get into the hives. So what the beekeepers need to do is this weed maintenance. Just pull the weeds because those ants will crawl right on top of it. So I'm putting names, labels on all the things here, like this.
Labels on all the boxes so they know that the bees in the boxes belong to you.
Right. And there's quite a buzz here because the ants are trying to attack. So we have an ant problem here. So can you notice and show the cans of oil around each? So you can put vegetable oil around each leg in a can. Do you notice that?
I don't know if okay. All right, now. Okay, go ahead, talk about it. I tilted it.
So this tree fell down and brought a bunch of ants.
And so the cans with oil in them do what, Rhonda?
The cans on the bottom of the legs
What you see at the very bottom of the legs.
prevent the ants from crawling up.
Because of the oil in the
Yes.
cans.
As you saw, I just removed a tree that fell down, and that caused a lot of trouble. That caused a lot of trouble for these bees now. They're going to have to battle ants. It's the tough world of the bee world, fighting an enemy that wants to get all the honey. Now, you say, why do humans take the honey from the bees? Well, because these bottom sources here are all for the bees. They have storage, and the top one is left for the humans. Because the bees, in their lifetime, all they know to do really is to make honey and to forage and protect their babies. So they're going to keep producing honey. And so when humans provide an extra space for them to do what they do best, the reward is that the top part gets to be for us humans to consume. And we can look in there and we can check on the bees and make sure everything's going good. But today we're here just to make sure the paperwork is done, to pull weeds away from the hives and kind of help our buddies fight off these ants today by just swishing them off the table here. Okay, so now we're gonna go over here and label these. So you notice there's jars on top, and you notice there's lots of weeds everywhere too. So I'm sorry I haven't worked with the bees that much, but my beekeeper's been covering for me. And usually what you're gonna see in a month or two is all these weeds will be cleared. And I'm gonna get with him and we're gonna make this look even better. I don't like the ugly jars he uses, but he's a guy. Guys don't really care that much about what things look like. They're tough and they get the job done. And my beekeeper fills these up with honey water, sugar water, sometimes honey water or sugar water, to feed the bees when they go through hard times like drought times or times when there's not a lot of bloom season, because the bees love when the flowers are in bloom, and that's how they get the nectar. The nectar from the flowers is brought back to the hive, which produces the particular flavors. If you notice all around us, we have one particular field here of lemons and oranges. We have mandarin oranges over there, and most of these are lemons. But if you go look this way, there's avocados beyond those jungle-like trees. And if you go that direction, under those tall trees way far away, you're gonna see there's macadamia nut trees all over there. And then the Raw family farm produces berries over there, and we have more avocados this way. So we have a wide variety, everything from macadamia nut trees to mandarin oranges to lemons to all kinds of yummy things, berries, strawberries, blueberries. And even in the winter we have squash blossom. So we're gonna get squash blossom honey. And like I was telling you, a lot of these bees take a big trip to go to work. They get on a truck, the humans put them on a truck, all these boxes will be loaded on a truck, and the California industry is huge with almonds. We're the biggest, largest producer of almonds in the world here in California. So these bees will be taking a nice trip to go up there and pollinate all the almond trees, those beautiful almond trees. Okay. And so, with any other questions before we... So I hope you guys enjoy what it takes. Always be registered with your services, because look what happens to someone who doesn't. Come on, let's show them. Watch your step. We'll show them what happens to somebody that doesn't do that. And look what happened. If you don't register your bees and do the right thing, you could end up having a hive like that. Is it showing on the camera? Look at that.
The light is, yeah, I'm sure it is. Can you see it?
Yep. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure to, right there. You want to make sure to do what's right, and you want to put your name. And it would be best if I had an engraver, but the reason I don't have an engraver is because I'm going to have to, I'm going to send it up with these bees with hundreds of other boxes. And instead of making the guys particularly get mine out, I just said, go ahead and you can take my bees up there and have fun with them, let them do their God-given purpose. So that's why we rescue the bees. We take them out of harm's way. We try to save them. We want them to be able to do their God-given purpose. So that's why we're getting bees out of bad places and putting them out here. All right, thank you so much.
Wait 1 second. What's at the end of that box? What is that?
So right there is a closure to the door where the bees are going in and out.
Yeah, and the yellow stuff?
That's because he had to travel and bring these bees here. So in order to keep them from flying out of the truck, he provided an opening here for them.
Okay.
So do they come, you see them coming in and out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you don't want too big of an opening because other bees will try to get in.
Okay.
You got to let them have enough proper door space so they can fight other bees that try to get in.
Okay.
Cool.